Start broadcast. Hey, welcome everybody. Keck here with Builderall, training and support specialist for information products. Welcome to today's live. Glad you're with us. Again, my name is Keck with Builderall. Check out on our phone here, make sure we are happening. Let's see. Okay, I think it's going on. Let's see if I can see here. Again, those of you jumping on, welcome. This is Keck with Builderall, training and support specialist for information products. And yes, looks like we're good to go. All right, so I've got the chat up here. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments as we go. We've been talking this week a lot about email marketing, about opt-in options, single or double opt-in. We talked about that yesterday. We talked about lead magnets the day before. And today we're going to talk about a professional email. So, what is a professional email? Let me go ahead and share my screen with you. No, we want this one. Okay, to infinity and beyond. Okay, there it goes. So, we are going to talk about professional emails. And you'll find that in this app right here called Professional Emails. And hello, Mary and Cristiano. Sorry if I butchered your name. Thanks for being here. Now, what do I mean when I say professional email? That's the difference between having an email that says at gmail.com or at yourdomain.com, for an example. So say I've got a carpet cleaning company, such as I used to do, and it was called Steamlux. So I could have had an email that said kecksteamlux at gmail.com, or I could have had keck at steamlux.com. So the latter is obviously the professional domain. I had been listening to a radio ad that I hear every day at the same time in the morning when I'm getting ready, and it's for like a garage door company locally. And in the ad, they say, well, any schmo with a website can say they do overhead doors. And that speaks even more volumes when it comes to email. If your email is a Gmail or at gmail.com or yahoo.com or any other client like that, email client, that's not really professional in the consumer's perception. They're thinking, guy doesn't even have his own website and his own domain. They may not think through that process, but subconsciously, it just doesn't seem professional. So the professional email, first off, the first thing you have to do is you have to have a domain ready to go. So let me go ahead and just show you this is kind of a cheat sheet, a checklist for us here on the order of operation, because it is important what order you do these steps. So you have to have a domain connected first. Then we go to the professional email app. Okay, so we will go back here and I'm going to find my professional or my here over on this side, you have your domains that you already have connected to Builderall. So I'm going to click on this one and then it says view email list. Okay. So it'll bring up, I've already got a couple done for this one. So here I already have info at thedigitalmarketingresource.com. Okay. I want to create another one. So we go to create and whatever you want the email to be, let's say I'm going to make this keck at, so let me make sure I don't already have that one. Okay. So I will go to create and I'll go to Keck, K-E-C-K. That's my first name. Then you got to create a password. And just a note here, password strength must be at least 70. What that's meaning, you can't just put in there 1, 2, 3. It's got to be a pretty substantial password and it'll let you know when it's ready to go. So password, I'm going to do that now. And you got to do it twice. Okay, I got 80%. I'm good to go. I'll press create. and it says successfully added. So now I have this Keck at the digital marketing resource ready to go. Okay, if we go back to our cheat sheet, after we've done that, then we want to go over to Mailing Boss, okay, MB, and go to Sender Emails, Create New. So I'll show you how to do that. We are here, and then I'll just go ahead and duplicate. We will go home, go to our main dashboard, and I'll find our Mailing Boss app right here. Drag and drop email marketing automation, Mailing Boss, enter. So on the very top left, you're going to hit this little hamburger menu and go to sender emails. These are all these sender emails that I've got verified already in Mailing Boss. So I'm going to say create new, and the sender name, Keck. The email was Keck at digital marketing resource.com. We look at it real hard because I don't see or spell very good. Okay, so that looks good, and I'll save changes. Okay, so here you see it's popped up here on the list, but it is not yet verified. However, we see this green message up top here says, your form has been successfully saved. We sent a validation link to the sender's email. Please click on the link to validate. Okay, so that's all very good. We're going to leave this up here and go back to our professional emails. Mary, I see you've asked a question. Hang with me just a second. I'll read it after I finish this train of thought here. So now we have to do like it says and go and verify that. So we'll say access webmail right under here. All right, and I'm going to log out because I was already in here. And you want to put in here the email that you just created. Okay, it was Keck at this, and then the password you just created also. Okay, and that gets us in. And right now it says empty. You see now I don't have anything. So we're going to click on this little circle icon to reload messages. Aha, and it has come through. Now I'll tell you, sometimes it can take a couple minutes for this to come through. So have some patience, okay? So I'll click on that and you see the message that comes up. Hello, please click here in order to confirm your sender validation. Or you could also click this link. So I'm going to click here. Okay, congrats, your sender validation is now complete. So now I'm going to go back to my Mailing Boss page here where it still says it's not verified. And I'm just going to go up top left and hit the refresh button. And ta-da, now it's verified. It says yes. So now that email is set up and ready to go. Okay, Rain Loop, check mail, verify link. We did that. Check Mailing Boss to make sure it shows is verified. We just do that. And then you can also add a forward if that's desired. So we have Keck at the digitalmarketingresource.com. You can hit this little button here that says configurations. But let me go back and read this question before I do that from Mary. Let's say you say connected. You mean just hosted, but no necessarily connected to a website. Is that right? And does it have to be certified first on Mailing Boss, or doesn't it matter in the order? Okay, great question. Great question. Yeah, when I say connected, I mean hosted on Builderall. It does not have to be connected to a website yet. And let me show you where we could go. If we went to the DNS app, let me find this here. DNS Manager right here. We'll click into that. And here I can see all the domains that are connected. Okay, and here's the one in question here, the digital marketing resource. And you have some different actions. You can view the details here, make sure your SSL status is active. And this is where you could go back to search domains. Let's see, extra buy domain. You can buy a domain right here if you want, buy extra connections. Now you can buy your domains on anywhere, GoDaddy. There's a ton of different people that sell them, but ultimately you're going to have to point their name servers to Builderall servers. And for that reason, and it's not difficult to do. I've done that. There's a ton of little videos on it if you look at the knowledge base. But I like to just buy my domains right through Builderall. It's usually like $17 or $18 for the year, and then it's just all set up, and I don't have to fool with all that stuff. I could get it from GoDaddy cheaper, for like $1 the first year, but you got to sign up for a couple years, and I just don't even mess with that anymore. So I just make it easy on myself, and I just buy them through Builderall, and they're already connected. So, does it have to be certified first on Mailing Boss? I don't really understand that question when you say certified on Mailing Boss, but you do want to have it verified. That's probably what you're talking about. You do want to have it verified on Mailing Boss, preferably before you go to the configurations and try to set up a forward. That makes sense that you verify it first and then you come back and try to set up the forward. And there's also an alias here. Oh, error has occurred. Okay, well, that happens. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, we'll go back to this one. We'll hit configurations. Okay, and right here, you just press, we're on forwarding. So we press create. And let's say I want to send this to my Gmail. Press save. Okay. And there we have it. That should be all set up and ready to go now. There's also an alias feature where you could create and put in an alias so that if somebody sent email to that alias, it would automatically go to that other box as well. But the forward is really probably the more important of the two. And then my last step on here is test, test, test. So I'm going to take this email here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to my regular Gmail email program and try to send a message, paste. We'll call this testy. Okay, and we'll send. Okay, Mary, good, verified. Yeah, that's what we're talking about there. Okay, so I'll go back now to the rain loop and check. Again, you got to have a little patience. Sometimes there's a queue involved. It takes a little time to get in here. Of course, if you're doing a live broadcast and trying to show somebody about this, Murphy's Law says it's just going to take a little longer, so that's not to worry about. All right, and let me just tell you too, testing is the name of the game. You've got to have patience to test these things because I was having a problem with forwarding to one of mine before, and I spent a couple hours on it testing and testing and testing, and that's just what you've got to do. You've got to be willing to have some patience and wait for things to come through and then test them and test them again. All right, my patience is thin as I'm preaching patience to you, but let me just go back and verify, make sure I did send it to the right place. Yep, I have a sent. Okay, and that's not it. Well, it's being a little extra slow, so I won't put you through the drudgery of continuing to watch me press this little button here. But I will take you back to this slide. So this is kind of the cheat sheet of the order. You want to make sure you have a domain connected. You want to go to the professional email app, create new like we did, then go to Mailing Boss, go to sender emails on the left, create a new one for that email, save it, look for that little green message on top that says success. We've emailed you the link. Then you go to the rain loop, you check that email, you find that link, you click on it and verify. And then you go back to the professional email app and set up a forwarding and the alias if you want to or need to after you verified it. So we'll go back one more time and check it before we say goodbye. And it's still not wanting to be cooperative. I'm going to log out and log back in, see if that helps. And get that password. And it's still waiting. Okay, well, we got the regular verified, so we do have the address up and going now. Still having some problems with my forwarding. I think it's a problem with my Gmail account because somebody helped me earlier. I set up to forward to their email, and they got it just right. So that's how this should work and does work. Unfortunately, that's the nature of a live broadcast. I'm having a little problem with my personal Gmail, and must have something set weird here to enable it not to come. But that is how you set up a professional email. So you look professional instead of like every other schmo out there with a at Gmail or yahoo.com address. Okay, any other questions? I know we got a couple people watching with us live here, and there is a little bit of a delay, 20 to 40 seconds. So I'll just lower it here for a second in case there's any questions. While I'm doing that, I'll remind you that tomorrow, which is Friday, we're going to do Q&A Friday. That's going to be the plan is to do that every Friday. So have some questions. I'll try to answer them live on the broadcast. 9 o'clock a.m. That's my standard time to try to go live. I realize it's 2:05, but like I say, this was giving me some hassle earlier, and I had a lot of testing, so I wanted to make sure I had it right before I presented this to you. But usually 9 o'clock is where I'm going to try to be. I'm a morning person, so tomorrow morning, Friday Q&A at 9 o'clock. Please be here. Ask me some questions so I don't have just talking to myself. And I don't see any other questions in the chat. Let me just pull up the phone. Pushes a little faster. Let me see if anybody's asking questions here. All right. Does not appear to be. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign off for now. This is Keck. I'll try to stop sharing so we can log out of this with a proper goodbye. So thanks for being here. Again, get in the group, ask questions, help other people, trying to build community here around people trying to learn how to create and sell information products. And we look forward to spending more time with you. Look forward to your questions, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 for live Q&A. Let's build it with Builderall.